You are warmly welcome to the Let's Talk show once again on DS Online TVGH. We are always talking, digesting very educative topics for our own growth. Today, we want to ask or we want to talk about why relationships of nowadays struggle to survive. When I say relationship, I am talking about the romantic relationship, why they struggle to survive in our dispensation today. And I have no other person than Reverend Dr. Israel Abambila here to do that for us. As we all may be or may not be aware, he is a counselor, a teacher of the Word of God, an author, an inspirer, a lot of things. So he is the very right person for today's topic for discussion. Reverend, you are welcome.
Thank you.
It's been a while.
Very true.
Is he busy schedules or just life happening?
Oh, it's busy schedules. We deals with human beings, so
Okay.
it's like working in the emergency ward.
Oh, okay.
Once human beings are involved, there are going to be issues here and there that people
Okay.
need your attention
Yeah.
and other things.
Oh,
And that's
okay.
what kept me busy.
Well, you guys are doing well. We pray
thank
for
you.
more strength for you guys.
Thank you.
And so let's just dive into our topic for discussion today. We know that you are also an expert in that field. So a quick first question. Why do you think relationships of nowadays or this generation, what is the biggest challenge that is making relationships not stable in our generation?
Okay, thank you very much. There are many factors, but I will look at only three for now. Number one has to do with distance.
Okay.
Yes, it's becoming a challenge where maybe the guy you are dating travel outside the country and you are in Ghana here. You hardly meet. You hardly sit down to discuss one or two issues. Maybe only on phone
Yeah.
calls and video calls. That may not be able to solve most of the problems that comes up in relationships.
Okay.
The same factor, maybe you are in Wohoi because of a job. The guy is in Accra, and maybe his work doesn't permit him to be traveling up and down almost all the time. And maybe your work is also engaging. And relationship, what makes it work better is our ability to study one another, understand ourselves, discuss where we are going, understand what we need to do before building it up to a stage that we want it to be.
Okay.
But life is becoming so busy. Apart from even work, maybe you are schooling at Tamale, UDS, and then the guy is studying at KNUST, Kumasi. One is at UDS, one is in Kumasi. It makes it very, very difficult for relationship to strive in situations like that.
Okay.
Number two has to do with our economic situation. And this has forced many people to look out for greener pastures. People travel outside the country. People travel outside their regions because they are looking for a job to do. And they get them at available places, irrespective of the distance. So a situation whereby both of you are busy working in different places,
Okay.
it makes it difficult to build relationships. Number three has to do with Western culture has erupted into the African culture,
Yeah.
where we don't talk about courtship, we only talk about dating. These are two different things.
Okay.
Courtship is a situation whereby the lady is mature, the man is mature, and have decided to know themselves for a very few period of time, then they settle down. But in terms of dating, your father doesn't know about it, your mother don't know about it. We just meet at the drinking bar, on the roadside, on campus, anywhere. I love you, I want to date you. And they can be in it for 7 years, nobody knows. 8 years, nobody knows. By the time you are getting to know, then it means they have crisis beyond repair. And that is where they can discuss it with other people. But in those days, we don't date, we court.
Okay.
That simply means your mother is aware, your father is aware, the family is involved, and in some cases, your father have to actually investigate, if you're a lady, investigate the background of the young man. Maybe it's a family that is well known.
Okay.
Then they can recommend to the lady that, okay, since we have known this family, we have seen this young man around for some time, we can give it a try. On this note, both families may not actually give their blessings or their complete endorsement, but they are in the known to guide and direct. Okay, so when there are situations, family members comes in to make it work. And sometimes you are afraid to take certain decisions because you know that your uncle is involved, your brother is involved, your father is involved.
Yeah.
But in the area of this dispensation, where we only deal with dating, which does not comply responsibilities and accountability, that is why a lady can be dating 7 young men, a man can be dating 10 ladies. Why? It is dating. I love you too. The WhatsApp, the chat, they just meet, no commitment, no dedication, nobody knows about it, and life goes on. With that, it makes it difficult. And sometimes you can be dating somebody for 7 years, not knowing that you are dating yourself. The guy has other people that he's dating with. I know a situation whereby the young lady was dating 4 men for 2 good years and nobody knew about it. The 4 men didn't know anything about it because of mobile phone. If this one is coming, he has a way of arranging for the other one.
Wow.
Yes. So with this, you realize that people cannot settle down. People cannot get married because we have copied the Western culture into our system. Let me give myself an example. I don't know what is a perfect example. They betrothed a certain lady to me when I was very young. Okay, and the father was aware, my parents were aware. Okay, so they tried to coach the lady. Anytime a young man is coming, be very careful. Remember, be very careful. You belong to this family. And then my family also started preparing my mind. But because of 1 or 2 things, I traveled out of the village and I begin to experience 1 or 2 things, so it could not continue.
Okay.
But on that note, the lady is able to behave right.
Okay.
Because you cannot afford to bring disgrace to your family. The guy will also behave likewise because you know that the name of your family is involved. Moreover, they used to stay at one place, one village, where they know where the lady lives, they know where the young man lives, the same community. The young man helps the father in farming. The young lady helps the mother in 1 or 2 things domestically. So they don't travel out. They don't do many things outside the village. So everything is done within the village. So they can monitor each other, study each other, and be guided on what to do. At the end of the day, it ends in proper marriage.
Okay.
You can know whether the guy is hardworking or not. And remember, in the village, accountability is so much important that even if you're a thief, it'll be difficult to find a wife to marry. And even one thief in the family can hinder the family from achieving many things. Don't go there. That is the thief family. They are criminals, even just one person. So before you enter into it, they want to make sure that the family is neat, they have good reports, they have good reputation and all that. But today it doesn't matter. Somebody can just travel from Accra and come here within 1 week. He has gotten a girlfriend.
Oh,
Sister, I love you. Say I love you too, and that ends it. So it makes it difficult for relationships to work.
Okay.
There are instances where even pastors, we don't even know that our church members are dating unless there's a problem.
Wow.
So how do we guide them? How do we counsel them? How do we advise them? Unless they go into it themselves and later discover some things. And you see, if you enter into relationship whereby you are not prepared for, it doesn't end in marriage. You enter into it because of emotions, because of certain benefits. I don't have mobile phone. I want to pay my rent. I want to send some money to my mother. So any man that comes and a little bit responsible, you accept not because you are prepared to marry, but you accepted the young man because of
For
other
the
benefits
benefits
attached to it. So by the time you are getting close to marriage, you realize that this is not what I bargained for. I only wanted help. But to spend the rest of my life with this man is not possible. I've watched this on social media where a young man would propose to a lady in public with a ring and the lady reject. Why? He was only enjoying taking the iPhones and paying of the rent and other things without being prepared for marriage. So these are two different things. People just want to hang out. People just want to belong to. People just want to satisfy their emotions. People just want to feel feel loved.
Yeah.
People just want to enjoy themselves. But when it comes to settling down with the responsibilities, you see them changing. And it becomes a problem because by that time, you have dated the man for 5 years, 6 years, 4 years, and you are crossing the line of being led in marriage. So with that, it imposes a lot of challenges. These are a few things I've observed over time.
Okay. All right. Let me take you back a little. You mentioned courtship and dating.
Yeah.
And then with the courtship, you explained that two mature people.
Yes.
With the word maturity, are we looking at age or what exactly are we looking at?
Not necessarily age, but like the person is ready to settle down.
Okay.
It's not that he is doing trial and error. He's not just going about proposing to everybody, but he realized that I am ready. I have few things that can keep a home.
Okay.
Few things that can help me settle down. So I am ready to settle down. But can you imagine somebody dating at level 100? And you are going to complete the course at level 400, which is 4 years. You are in school and you are dating. How do you combine these things and still study the young man or the young lady to determine whether the person is good for marriage or not?
So
You
that's
don't even
like
have the time.
3 in 1.
Good. That will not work. You are not even ready.
Yeah.
By the time you are level 100, your mother or your parents pays the hostel fee, the school fees, your
and
feeding and everything, and you are dating to marry or what? That will not work. But in courtship, in those days, if you are a young man and you see a lady that you have feelings for, you contact your pastor. Man of God, this is what I've been feeling, and I came to suggest to you. Then the pastor will pray with you and later invite the lady. Brother so and so brought this issue to me. We want to put it before you, and we are giving you time to go and pray about it. The young lady will go and pray about it and later come back to say yes or no. By the time you say yes, the pastor is involved. The pastor now guides them to see their parents on what to be done.
Okay.
This is courtship. The man is ready. The lady is ready to settle down. But in terms of dating, even, children of primary 6, JSS1, SS2, anywhere, I'm in love. And they start exchanging love words and they call it dating. That is the problem we have in this generation.
Okay, you mentioned distance, economic issues, and
Education. Yeah.
What about social media too? What do you have to say about that as well?
That one is a big thing that maybe we can even find a whole day to discuss about it. One thing that is so common nowadays is app dating.
Yes, dating apps. There are dating apps now
exactly.
that you just link up with somebody and...
Now, marriage work in different ways, in the very mysterious ways. We don't have an exact place where you can meet your lover. It can be at the market.
Yeah.
It can be in church. It can be on the roadside. It can be in a birthday party. It can be in social media. It is possible, but we need to be guided. And the risk involved is so much than the positives. When it comes to social dating, let me use the word social media dating.
Yeah.
Yes, the risk involved is so much. And these are the reasons. Number one, the one you met in social media, you met the person at his best or her best.
Yeah.
Now, the pictures we put on our status on Facebook are the best out of many that we have. Nobody will tar rapper, let me put it that way,
Yeah.
and take a picture and post it.
Yeah.
But we use them at home. So you only see the good aspect of the person. Secondly, most of our profiles are not realistic. So when you read the person's profile, so I work in Ghana Commercial Bank, I completed Legon, I am now in UK, and you're at Likpe here.
Most of them now are even AI generated.
Can you imagine? So you fall in love with the face first.
Yes.
You fall in love with the
The
profile.
face which is not even real.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the messages that we send to people on social media mostly are not words that you really mean them. No, social media is mainly for entertainment.
Yeah.
So the person can say, "Oh, you are the best queen mother I've ever met. Akonoba, Anwofe, Obwa." There's a lady just lying beside him. You see? So these things is a problem where even many young ladies are killed based on dating apps that they connect on social media. You visit the person and you have been used, or you'll be used as a sacrifice. So you can get a wife from social media, you can get a husband from social media, but you really need to be guided so that you don't be carried away.
Okay.
Yes, I've seen this several times where people are killed, people are destroyed, many destinies have been truncated just because of social media dating. So we need to be guided.
Okay.
And you need to take your time. You see, when you look at people that have their nude pictures, viral nude pictures floating around, it's because of some of these things. When you date the person, he sends you money, can you send your naked pictures? The day the relationship stops working, the person can decide to float them out. And you have nothing to say. And in social media dating, once the relationship is not working, you may not even have the opportunity of meeting the person the rest of your life.
Yeah.
That would be the end of everything. But assuming we are all from the same area, you can't run away. If you don't come back because of your uncle's funeral, you come back for your mother's birthday. We still talk about it. Yeah, so it's a problem.
Okay.
So we should be guided.
All right. Okay, so looking at commitment too, with the aspect of commitment, do you think relationships of then, there was more commitment from, let's say, both parties than that of this generation?
Yes, I can say that in those days, commitment was very high compared to today. In those days, you can just barge into somebody's house, have a discussion, and walk away. But today, it doesn't work like that. If it is a friend's house, you will stay at the gate till you return. If the person don't allow you in, you cannot come in. The person is at work, close 7 p.m. You can't have time for each other. But in those days, it's 24 hours, except late in the night. You can always meet anywhere and discuss. Even if it is the next village, you can always walk. After you come back from farm, you are free. You can walk to the next village, visit the young lady, and walk back. And that commitment was there. And because other people are involved, your commitment is very high. But today, commitment becomes a problem when the young man is dating 3 girls and the girl is dating 4 boys. How do you get committed to all of these people? And nowadays, dating has become an employment.
How?
Yes, the lady that you are dating is expecting something. And there are young men who also date ladies because of who they are and where they work.
Okay.
You want a teacher that they can use the pay slip to take loan to do business. You know, you want a businessman that the money can be flowing all the time. So dating nowadays has become more or less an employment than just falling in love. So a situation whereby there are struggles in the relationship, commitment is minimal.
Okay.
Where the man is dating more than 2 and the lady is dating more than 1, commitment becomes a challenge.
Someone will argue that that's why there is phone, or there are phones now. So instead of maybe going to his or her house, doing all the physical activities, phone has taken over. So to make things easy and all of that. But then with relationship, hopefully leading to marriage, do you think the concentration should be more on our phones or via social media communication than physical communication?
If it is courtship, physical communication is very important.
Okay.
Where you get to know how the person reacts to things. You see, on social media, you cannot know people through character. Yes, like I'm saying, I can just send any message to anybody and I don't mean it. And when you are WhatsApping me, I can pretend to be calm, and maybe within me I'm angry.
Yeah.
But when we meet like this, if you are angry, I will know. You can't pretend when you are physically present and you are angry. So if it is courtship, physical interaction, and meeting more often to discuss things, to understand yourself, to know how the person behaves when he's happy, how the person behaves when he's not happy, the person's views about issues and matters is very important. Because you are not going to marry communication, you are going to marry the person. That is why those who are in abroad and their wives are in Ghana, mostly it doesn't work. Either one will be cheating. The one outside there will be cheating, or the one here will be cheating, even though they communicate all the time. That is what physical activities can do in the relationship. It creates bonding. It builds love. It opens you up to understand each other more better. It helps you to study the temperament of your party. For example, if I'm in Accra and you are here and you WhatsApp me and I realize that if I reply it this way, you may not communicate with me for 2 days. I'll pretend and reply the way you want. But it were to be something physical, you will feel my impact. So we cannot replace social media with true love elements and principles.
Okay.
Yes, even though it helps when both of you are busy, but it should not be the main thing to build relationships.
Yes. Okay. All right. What do you have to say about individualism and also pursuit of personal goals? Do they also affect relationships, making them not stable, or they are not able to survive through it, leading to the end or something of that sort?
Yes, that is so much important. I met a young lady who was at midwifery here, and the young man was at Legon reading medicine.
Okay.
And his course was so engaging. That was so much conflicting with the lady's personal timetable here. So whilst the lady is in class, he's also at lectures. By the time the lady closes, he will still be at lectures. By the time he closes, the lady could be sleeping or something. So they are all busy chasing their dreams. And the dreams is conflicting with their personal desire to stay in relationships.
Okay.
It becomes a very big problem. So there's a conflict between our personal goals and our love life. That is why if you really want to settle down, you must choose right. You must choose right. For example, assuming you are 27 years, you are not dating a man who is in UK, and the man left, let's say, last year or this year. He's going to return maybe after 4 years or 3 years. By that time, you are 30, 31, 32. And you are not too sure that when he gets there, he will not change.
You'll be the one.
Because the environment changes people. Sometimes we may think that we are in love until certain changes takes place in our lives. You see, so it is risky if you are dating people who are still building their life, because when they arrive, you may not fit into where they are. So making a choice is very important to know that, okay, now that I'm ready to settle down, I'm not supposed to date a student. Because with that, his vision and dreams is going to conflict with your decision of getting married. Okay. You are ready, he is not. Because there's a goal he's pursuing. You are an apprentice. He's also a student. How is it going to work in marriage? So if you really want to settle down, you must choose somebody that his dreams and visions and goals may not conflict with your decision to settle down. If not, you'll be hurt.
Okay. So should with the issue, let's take it with the concepts of students, or the instance you give of the students, yes. Would you, in that situation, would you advise that they, should I say, put a hold on the relationship, face their dreams, achieve, or probably graduate from school before, if they want to get back, they get back?
Okay. If I have my way, been in this for many years, I would suggest And that is the real truth.
Okay.
If you are dating and you want to go to university, quit the relationship and go. If the person can wait for you after you return, you can restart.
Hey.
Because I have been to university, I've been to 3 different universities, and I know how it works.
Okay.
Let me give you an example. When we get to university, the first semester or the first year, they call them freshers.
Yeah. Freshers hands.
My God. When you are a fresher, including myself, when I was there the first time, I would like to dress like a pastor. You understand? Tie my waist very well, iron my dress, wear a long trouser, tuck in with some nice tie, and go to lectures. When you see the young girls going for lectures, they dress like they're going to church. Cover all their knees, cover all their chests, hang bag on their shoulders. They're going for lectures. First semester, second semester, the third one, they start walking naked. That is the truth. They now wear nika, even boxer short to lectures, and wear anything, an apology to bra, to lectures. And nobody talks about it because your father is not there, your mother is not there, and the system has baptized you into worldliness. So the person goes there after a few months or 1 year, they change to something else because the environment there is different. Now, any man that you choose in the village, you choose at the village level. Because maybe that was the only village champion you have.
Yeah.
But when you get to university, you meet different class of men,
Variety.
even lecturers who are well paid to be chasing you. How disciplined is that young man to leave those things that he's seeing to come back to the village to come and marry you? You may be marrying your own self without knowing.
That's a
So
very
if you want to
tough
go to
question.
the tertiary, quit first. That is my personal suggestion.
Okay.
You quit first and concentrate on your
your
vision.
studies.
When you finish and the young lady or the young man is still waiting for you, when you come back and you test your heart and the love is still there, go back for it.
So-
If not, you will see men that will invest all their money to take care of a lady, complete their tertiary, and they later tell you that, count your cost, I can pay off the
You're
money.
not my class.
You are not my class. You can't speak good English. And that is the truth.
You brought up another topic, but then we will talk about it later. But I will still want you to touch a little on it
Okay.
with the issue of investing in someone or taking care of someone to complete school, work, apprenticeship, whatever, all in the name of we are in a relationship leading to marriage, hopefully. Is that advisable? Just a simple advice on that.
My God, it's a temptational question. Despite the fact that few have succeeded in it, I will not advise that. Why?
Okay.
Relationship is not business. Relationship is not contract. It's only an agreement to stay in love.
Okay.
It's not a contract where you win on a contract. It's not a place where contract is awarded. So relationship is relationship. Now, relationship is also risk. You take risk.
Yeah.
It's not every relationship that ends in marriage. And it's not every marriage that ends in happiness. That is what we need to understand. Now, you have not married the person. You have not sown a seed of commitment. Maybe even the parents are not even aware about
of
it. So are you taking care of her or him in place of the parents as a volunteer or as an agreement? So when you do that at risk. It
Okay.
may work, it may not work. And remember, you were doing that out of love. So when you fall out of love, it should end there.
I bet you when it's so.
Yes. So
Alright.
if you want to help someone who's an apprentice or someone who's in school, do that knowing that it is not a contract. Yes, it can be aborted at any time. And it is not every relationship that ends in marriage.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Please, do you think the idea of soulmates and perfect partners makes relationship harder to sustain?
Oh no. When it comes to soulmates and what the second question you made, the second statement you mentioned?
Perfect partner.
Yes, soulmate and perfect partner. It rather makes relationship work very, very better.
Okay.
Soulmate is where somebody you meet and you are very compatible. You are connected to one another naturally. We call them their soulmate. In those cases, even if one dies, the other one may find it very difficult to marry because you may not get a perfect person to replace the lost. So those things rather enhances relationships. but it comes with time. It comes with hard work. You cannot just meet somebody today and the person becomes a perfect partner,
Okay.
or the person becomes your soulmate. Discussions have to take place. You must find out your individual interests. You must find out what you do at your leisure time. You may find out where you are going. Once both of you are going in the same direction, communication and interaction becomes natural, and you grow from there.
Okay.
So sometimes when you meet, you will not automatically become perfect partners, or you may not automatically become soulmates. But over time, as you work on the relationship, as you interact and flow in the area of your communication and interest, it works better. And it made relationship work so simple. That's why, even though I didn't advise that at the early stage, but someone can even wait for a young man for 5 years, 6 years, and they get married. Why? The compatibility is so much that the person is too sure that for this one, that kind of thing.
Okay.
So it comes with hard work.
Okay.
Where you ask questions, you agree, you disagree, you test your anger, your commitment, your compatibility, many things that comes to play, and realize that there are some relationships that are just effortless.
Yeah.
Once you meet the person, you know that this one is one in a million. Agreement, working on yourself becomes easy. Handling, arguments and misunderstanding becomes easy. It doesn't mean they don't come, but they all have simple way of going about it that they don't hurt one another.
Okay.
I know couples, I think I mentioned here the other time, the man can make a statement and the woman will complete it.
Wow.
Yes, the woman died 3 years ago, and the man died just I think 3 weeks ago.
Oh.
Yes.
So sad.
Yes, and they are soulmates. The woman can travel to Accra and have the feeling that the husband is not feeling well. She'll rush and come to her and realize that the husband is not feeling well. Wow. That is soulmate.
It doesn't happen often.
Yes, that's once in a million. And those people, sometimes when the woman dies or the man dies, they find it very difficult to remarry because that vacuum has been created. Anybody that comes, they are not able to fit in, and it doesn't work. So there is perfect relationship, but it comes with hard work. It comes with maturity. Okay. It comes with the heart of understanding, and it comes with the focus. You cannot date 2-3 people and can have perfect relationship because your focus is not at one side.
They said don't put all your eggs in one basket, Anna. Because
once you are dating 3 people, you cheat yourself.
Okay.
You will not have a clean conscience and heart to examine them thoroughly.
Okay.
And let me tell you the truth. Human beings are different. Anybody dating more than 2, you are a confused person. We don't have the same temperament. We don't have the same interests. We don't have the same goals. We don't have the same character. We don't have the same behaviors. We don't have the same upbringing. So we are comparing Akosua with Ernestina, from Ernestina to Paulina. And you be confused because all these people meet your needs differently.
Yeah.
They react differently. So how are you going to choose one? So at the end of the day, you're going to choose somebody who is meeting your criteria at present. But the other ones could equally be good, but only that as at now, they are not meeting your needs as at now. Okay. But there is something they carry. So it's important to just date one person, so you focus on it and make it work. Relationship is not about marrying the perfect person. It's about your decisions to make it work. Even if you marry a pastor's daughter and you are not committed to make it work, it will not work because he came from a pastor's home. You may meet a very nice girl and you can turn her to a beast. So to have a good marriage is not about the person you met. It's about your willingness to transform the person to the way you want it.
Okay.
Because your upbringing is different. The person's upbringing is different. I normally use my wife and I for example. My father gave birth to us 15 in number.
What?
Yes. My wife is the only child of the parents.
Oh.
Now look at the difference. I used to fight with my elder brothers. my elder sisters, the younger ones, and I was quite stubborn at that time. When they serve at Banku, I will spit on it so that they will not eat, and I alone will eat it. Because we are 8, my mother's side, we are 8, and we are 7, and the other side, they are 8, and all of us are in the house. So we call it the survival of the fittest. The stronger you become, the better your life will be. If you play loose, you sleep with empty stomach. So that's the kind of environment I grew in. So we fight, we bite each other. But my wife is the only child of the parents. They pamper her. She doesn't know what is disagreement.
Yeah.
So when we got married, it was a whole lot.
Wow.
Or I can just say, oh, come on, you fuck up, and I go to sleep. But
She'll
she'll
be
be mentioning
angry.
that statement for days. That how can you tell me, the whole me, fuck up? But to me, it's normal. Fuck up is fuck up. And I go to sleep. You understand that?
Yeah.
So I have to really take my time. So you say, why is that? Anytime I ask you a question, you give me check.
Yeah.
I say, check how? She
You're
can ask me-
used to it.
Yes, I'm used to it. Say, can you give me this cup? Say, are you a leopard? Go and pick it yourself. To me, it's normal. They say,
Yeah.
So it took me time to realize, okay, where I'm coming from
It's different.
is different. Where she's coming from is different. Let me tone in so we can all meet at a point. I cannot be like her. She cannot be
cannot,
like me.
yeah.
But we can meet at a point where we realize that this is a work in progress. So what am I trying to say? There is no perfect man anywhere.
Okay.
There's no perfect woman anywhere till you make up your mind that I want to make this work. So that is why marriage is hard work. Relationship is a work. If not, you say, oh, this girl is not good. Then you leave. After 2 years, you'll be going back to look for that lady because you thought that all that glitters is gold. So that is how it works.
Okay.
There's no perfect person until we decide that we want to make it work. Then it will
Okay.
work.
So kindly advise us on setting healthy boundaries for our relationships to work.
Number 1, remove benefit mentality. When it comes, it's just a plus. Remove benefit mentality. Buy me iPhone. Buy me, is it Bone Strain or whatever people
Yeah,
call
bone
it?
straight.
Bone Street.
Yes.
Buy me Bone Street. Send me airtime. No, you are not in employment. You are in for love to build the future together. So remove benefit out of your mind and concentrate on the character of the person.
Okay.
You are not going to marry the pocket of the person, the bank account of the person. You are married the character of the person. And the only time to learn to understand the person's character is when you remove benefits from your mind.
Okay.
If you are too focused on what the man gives you, what the lady gives you, you forget the most important. And when you get there, it becomes an eye-opener to you. So if you want to succeed in your marital life, remove benefit from your mind. If it comes, we accept them, but it is not a condition.
Okay.
Number 2, don't hide your relationship. Anybody hiding his relationship is not genuine. There is something they are hiding. If you are listening to us and they didn't post you on Valentine's Day, you are on your own.
This table.
You are on your own. Now, if the person have genuine love for you, he would like the whole world to know that you are the woman in his life, you are the man in his life. You see, love is adorable. Love is something that is outside this world. You cannot explain. If you meet the right person, he would like to climb the roof and shout it. Oh,
Yeah.
Perpetual is my next queen in my house. Once he is hiding you, there is something he's hiding in addition. So, don't hide it. If you feel that Perpetual is the person I want to marry to and I'm afraid to lose her, what prevents you from talking to her pastor? Man of God, I met a lady in your church. I came to inform you. Guide us on what to do. If he's not bold enough to do that, then there's something wrong somewhere.
Okay.
Now, if you hide your relationship, I told you the other time that somebody committed abortion and died
Yeah.
around Kitikpa.
Yeah.
And nobody knew. It was after her death before they get to know that he wanted to terminate the pregnancy. You know, once you are hiding it, there is something wrong. Either you are not ready for it, you are not matured for it, or probably there are other people you are hiding from. So number one, remove benefit mentality.
Okay.
Number two, don't hide your relationship. Number three, pray more about it.
Okay.
And if you are praying more about it, you should be ready for the prayer. The prayer can build the relationship. The prayer can break the relationship. Because if you are praying for a good marriage and the one you are dating is not the right one, God will have a different way of taking the person out. So praying for relationship is in two different levels. Number four, one of the boundaries you must set is not to act married until you are married.
Please come again.
Don't act married
Until
you are married. For example, you go to the man's house, you cook for him, you sweep the house, you do all those things. You are a laborer. It does not give you the right to marry the man. That is not marriage material. That is expression of being cheap.
Ooh.
Yes. If the person cannot trust that Sonia can cook, then there's no need dating you. And even if he loves you, his love for you must be more than the food you cook. And when you come in and you don't know how to cook, you should take the responsibility of fixing you on the catering school to learn on how to cook what he wants. And the truth is about cooking is that how my mother taught me may not be how you want it.
Yeah.
So I'm coming to cook how you want it, not how my mother taught me. So if you say I'm going to marry a lady who knows how to cook, no, it doesn't work like that. Are we together? So don't act married. There's some people are acting married. They'll go to the market and buy things. I'm going to cook for my man. I'm going to clean for my man.
And
I'm
they're
going to
living
work for my
together
man.
already.
Now, after you get married, what else will you do? And one thing about life is that the more we play roles, the more we find faults.
Okay.
If you think you're washing for the man will get to know that you don't know how to wash. If you think you're cooking for the man will now understand that your Maggi cube in the soup is too plenty all the time. So don't act married. Stay single and date. When you get married, whatever that is in marriage, the two of you should build it together.
Okay.
You see, already made doesn't exist in marriage. Nobody is already made. It doesn't work like that. And anybody you marry, they all have their weaknesses. Some know how to cook, they don't know how to sweep. Some know how to sweep, they don't know how to wash. Some know how to wash, how to cook, and they don't know how to talk. Some know how to talk, they don't know how to walk.
There's no perfection anyway.
Exactly. So what are you looking for? What are you looking for? And some of the things that you think you have gotten them when you are dating is just camouflage. I keep telling people, you will not know a lady when you propose to her. That is why you must marry your friend. Once you meet a young lady and you propose to her, she will change and start pretending to act to fit into what you want her to be. But a situation whereby the person never have dating in mind, never know that Brother Simon will fall in love, you insult each other, you slap each other, you crack you get to know the person more better. But once proposal comes in, that ends it. It is after marriage before you know what you are married. Very, very important. If not, some marriages don't last for 3 months. Some weddings don't last for 1 year. But in the relationship, they were very perfect. Not that they were perfect. Everybody was busy acting Nigerian movie.
Why not Kuma?
The man will come out and dress nicely and polish the belt and polish the shoe and tuck in. But the supporter you have been wearing for 3 days is hung on the sofa. If you don't enter inside, you will not know.
Hey, your second table.
Yes. So in terms of this dating thing, people are perfect actors. Most of them are Nigerian movie stars. Particularly if you are a man, you are well-to-do, and the lady knows that you are the one taking care of her. You send money to the mother in the village. You do this. You will never misbehave because there's no situation that presents itself for her to misbehave. The title of being girlfriend and boyfriend is different from being husband and wife.
Definitely.
These are two different terrains. Yes, so that's how it works. So these are the rules. Don't act married until you are married.
Okay.
With these 4, I think we can move on to other matters.
If I should leave you, I think we will not end today.
Yes.
We may have to come for a second part.
No problem.
I know you have advised that a lot. The advice from this discussion has been a lot. But do you have any other thing to say any other advice on how we can sustain our relationships of nowadays?
I'm so much emotional when it comes to relationship and marriage issues
Okay.
because that is where destiny is determined.
Mm.
If you fail in life, it's in your marriage. If you succeed in life, it's in marriage. If you be happy in life, it's in marriage. If you be sad, it's in marriage. If you live long, it's after marriage. If you live short life, it's after marriage. I attended the funeral where I was an officiating minister at
Okay.
Pando, and they wrote clearly on the tribute that it was the woman that killed the man. And the children were there, but the woman didn't come to the funeral.
Wow.
There are many men who are married to their coffin and they think they are getting wives because she will kill you afterwards. There are many women that are marrying coffin and they say they are marrying husband because that man will kill you after marriage. So you take it very serious. That's why I get so much angry when a young man just meet a lady at the funeral and start asking for her number. Sister, can I marry you? Sister, can I have your number? And I ask, is it madness or love? You don't even know anything about the person.
Love at
Are you not
first
scared?
sight.
Are you not afraid of your own life? Is all that glitters gold? No. So you are not marrying beauty. You are not marrying bank account. You are marrying character and attitudes. So you take your time. You take your time. So my advice to all singles is that take your time. It's not do and die affair. Don't force it. Don't rush it. Take your time. But remember, you cannot have wrong marriage and go to heaven. And you cannot have right marriage and miss heaven. So whether you go to heaven or hell is after your marriage, not when you are single. So take your time. Yes. And you see, when you fight with your girlfriend, after a few days you settle and you move.
Yeah.
But in marriage, both of you are sleeping in the same bed
Seeing each other
every day.
the
It
anger
makes the
keeps-
issue very
yeah.
worse. Exactly. You know, so you take your time. Don't rush it. And don't force yourself. Most especially the ladies have been dating for 5 years. I must no.
Yeah,
The
my
years of dating is
biological
not a
clock
guarantee that
is
it should end in
ticking.
marriage. Your peace, your mental sanity is very important. And this is what I normally say. Anything you want to see in marriage was already in the relationship, but you were so blind that you could not see them. Marriage amplifies what you have been seeing in dating. So take your time. Open your eyes. It's not madness. It's not madness. So don't be mad. Face realities and say to yourself, I want to make the best out of my life and take your time. That is why we keep saying that no sex after marriage. And the simple thing is that once emotions are introduced, you are blind to see other things because you are hungry.
You mean no sex before marriage?
Yes, no sex before marriage. Because once those things are done, you become emotionally attached and you are thinking about emotional satisfaction than facing realities. But once the man don't know you and the lady don't know you, you face realities. If it's not good, it's not good. If I'm not entering, I'm not entering. But you see, the more you sleep with a woman, the more they create bond. The more
Spiritual.
the love for you increases. And the more a man sleeps with you, the more he withdraws from you. Because men are hunters. We always look for what is next. You see? So when you introduce emotions and sexual sex or intimacy into it, you'll be blind to see other things. And sometimes if the lady is wrong, because you want her to satisfy yourself, you are likely to just forgive her so that she can come over. At the end of the day, it doesn't help. But if you are neutral and the man is neutral and you meet at transparent places to talk about, if it's not working, it's not working. Nobody is feel cheated. So my advice is that we should make the right choices. Let's take our time. Let's obey certain basic relationship rules and things will work for us.
Thank you so very much
Welcome.
for coming. I personally didn't want it to end, but then, as I mentioned earlier, we may have to come back for a part 2 because there are more to learn from you. We thank you so much for coming. You've heard it all. I don't have to say anything. But what I can reiterate from what Reverend said is, when you are dating, don't act married. As for that, you should have it at the back of your mind. Do not act married. And try to be real in your relationships, yes. Do not have the project or the benefit mindset when you are in a relationship. Well, You've heard it all. Pick what you want to pick from it, advise yourself, learn from it, and guide your life with it. We hope that you have really been blessed with today's session, and we thank you for sticking and staying with us. But if you have not subscribed or if you are not following us, kindly do so. It doesn't hurt. When you hit that button, nothing will happen to you. So please do so, and let's stay connected always. It's been the Let's Talk Show on DS Online TV GH, and I have been your host, Pepi Sonia. We will see you some other time.